Hey guys, I'm IzDaisho, and I'm back here with some more Priest Arena Run. This is, I don't know, Arena episode number 25, or Arena Run number 25, part 2. I have this Priest deck that I think is okay, not great. Doesn't have any particularly powerful cards, and it doesn't have a particularly great curve or anything like that, so it's unlikely that it'll do very well, but it has some things that can bump it up and help out. Some synergies and stuff like that. Not too many weaknesses. Alright, so getting a 2-drop is super rare in this one, so I'm actually just going to keep that even though it's pretty terrible. I don't think I need the Soul Priest just yet, and I'll keep the Blade Master around. I don't know. It's better in the late game in this kind of deck, because I don't really want to play it on 3 where it would just trade. I want to play it on 5 where I can actually heal it up right away. Gadget and Auctioneer is always a card that makes me play differently, play differently if I have the coin. It kind of makes me want to see if I can save the coin until turn 5 so that I can just get a free card out of the coin, because the coin usually wow, I am just not talking today. The coin usually doesn't get you an entire card's worth of value. Okay, I think I'm back. It doesn't usually get you an entire card's worth of value, so if you can just turn it into a card with the Auctioneer, then a lot of the times it's just worth it. Okay, so let's think. So basically the benefit of picking, actually, yeah, I basically have to pick this guy up. And it's actually a pretty decent play, too. The reason being, he could just use this to turn on Enrage and then make me a very sad person. So yeah, I mean, if I can, I'll just play this Light Spawn next turn, and then I'll have this Auctioneer the next, and I can coin out. I mean, I don't even have to coin out any spell. Oh, that's really bad for me. And I still can't Shadow or Death it, so yeah, that's pretty bad for me. Coining out a Holy Nova is just not that good here. Want to get this Divine Spirit on the Light Spawn if I can. I really, yeah, I think I just have to Holy Nova here. It's an inefficient use of mana, but I can't just take 8-11 damage next turn and expect to win this game. Yeah, Raging Worgen sometimes does warp the game to a ridiculous extent, but in that situation, I would be losing card advantage if I didn't do that, so I'd rather just trade 1-for-1 than, ugh. At least I do have a Shadow or Death for that, and I can follow it up with a 2-drop, so we're okay here. I don't particularly need to kill a 5-4, but just the fact that I can do it so efficient. I probably should have thought about the play before I made it, but the fact that I can do it so efficiently and not fall behind on cards or anything like that means that I think it's the right play. Okay, so he's got a Hand of Protection here. That's pretty good. Gets to just eat my guy. Alright, so here's to hoping he doesn't have an Equality. Ooh, maybe I'd do that instead. It's a little bit less risky. I mean, I have actually a whole bunch of plays. I think I want to maximize my mana, and I think the best way to do that might just be to play Holy Fire, kill that. Then again, if I do play this Light Spawn thing, then I'm in very good shape. Alright, let's try it. I mean, my opponent can only do 6 damage to it, so he's going to have to get somewhere else. Some other form of damage or silence or something like that. If he has a silence here, I probably just lose the game. That tends to happen when you try and play your Light Spawn to stabilize. I had other options, but I think that this is likely to be the best option.
Well played.
Okay, so that could either be a well played, nice job, now I'm going to destroy you, or a well played, that's actually a pretty sweet card. How am I going to beat that? Alright, so it looks like he's just going to have to throw a bunch of stuff at it. Oh, he's going for my face. That is not going to work out for him. This Holy Fire is going to have something to say about that. Yeah. Although I don't really need to Holy Fire right here. I could save it. And instead I could just play this thing and heal up my guy. I'm still at 16, so I have a reasonable amount of life, and I can gain 5 next turn and another 2, so I can gain 7 life. So I should be okay. He didn't have a way to deal with this last turn, so could have like a Blessing of Kings works. Alright, so he's probably going for my face. Oh, he's not going for my face here. That makes me very happy, because my hand is very good. All I need to really do is get some time, and I should be able to come back from this one. Alright, so yep, that seems good. I can take another 3. I'm still at a very high life total. Not very high, but a high enough life total. Yeah. This way, there's a pretty good chance that I can draw an extra card next turn. I think that him making that play to trade is not great for him because he's down a card, at least one, maybe even more. That's pretty good. I can beat it though. Yeah, it's not so good here. It's not terrible. I mean, cycling a card at this point is pretty good. Alright, so first, gonna hit that guy with a Holy Fire. And just, yeah, what's the rest of the play gonna be? I can play the, no, I don't want to play the Blade Master right now. He had Hammer of Wrath, so yeah, I'm just going to do that. Play the Worgen Infiltrator and then heal up my guy. I could have Shadow Word Pained the little thing just because I would actually just get to cycle it, but I think Shadow Word Pain might have more value. Then again, he's already played 2 Sen'jin Shieldmasters, so it's not that likely that he has another something like that. Ooh, Holy Wrath. Oh man, that is rough, especially because he's got a 5-drop to play now. That was a tough situation. Mind control. I think I just have to do this. It's not a great spot for me, but you know, it does something. There's a good chance that my opponent has a bigger threat to mind control, but since I don't have any way of dealing with this card without doing that, I'm just gonna fall so far behind. Alright, what's the plan here? Let's draw our card first, Holy Nova. That's actually not even bad here. I don't think it's likely to get so much more value throughout the rest of the game, and I have one more in my deck. So I can just... oh, hold on. I can just Holy Nova here. And I think I'm just going to get this guy out of Hammer of Wrath range, or True Silver Champion range. I got myself a nice little board here. I'm up a full card, maybe even 2. Alright, sure, you got it. I mean, I can just tag team take that guy out, so it's not really that big of a deal. Soul Priest. Alright, that's even better. Yeah. I mean, I don't really want a Soul Priest out on this board. Being said, should be okay. I guess this one has more value because it has more potential health. And I think I may as well keep my guy around. I'm just gonna play this actually. May as well keep my my Worgen Infiltrator around. Represents more damage, and my opponent's at 30. It's not like the extra 2 damage that I'm gonna do there matters. Wow, my opponent's got a lot of big threats. So I think, yeah, I think I'd rather trade off these 2 than this one. Ooh, that's a very good draw. And I would also rather keep that guy. I'm definitely going to play this. I'm definitely going to kill this because I don't want to just get Blessing of Kings. That would be really big, a big tempo hit and be very bad for me. Yeah, I think the Alkanai Soul Priest is enough very good for me that I want to keep it around, as opposed to this can get Hammer of Wrath or this can get True Silver Championed. I think that it's better to leave this out of range of my opponent's removal. That is a lot of Guardian of Kings. He forgot to use the hero ability. That's actually pretty bad for him. Alright. I think I'm actually going to hold the Blood Knight here. which of these is more valuable? They're both very, very similar in power level right now. I think I'm actually going to trade this guy, though. And there's the reason for me holding the Blood Knight is twofold. I don't want my opponent to play something like Tyrion and have me in a very bad spot, although that would still have me in a very bad spot. And I also want to be able to still win if my opponent has something like Equality Consecration. Gosh, this guy, he is playing big threats. Alright, so we're gonna continue to grind him out of cards, and now I kind of want to put myself in a position where I have a big enough board presence, so I think I am going to play this. But my reasoning for keeping it in hand was mostly because I already had a large board presence. Now, if he has a consecration, then my board presence is like nothing, so... Alright, that is not an issue. Hand of Protection. Insult to injury. Alright, this is still not an issue. So I can pew that, trade. Yeah, that was... I don't know how this guy is planning on winning against an aggressive deck with all these 5 and 6 drops. Oh my god, is it the 4th Guardian of Kings that I've seen? This is insane! Oh, and I can't even defeat this one. Ooh, Temple Enforcer. I like it. Okay. So make that guy survive. Just kill that thing and go for the face. I could have killed the 5/6. That probably would have been a better play, especially if he's got another Blessing of Kings, which I don't know. The way this guy drafts sort of seems likely. It's a really good card right here. They've got 9, 12, 14. Not quite lethal. Ugh, that's really good for him. Okay, so this is suddenly becoming an issue. I do have these 2 Shadow Word Pains, so that's good for me, but alright, sure. That's actually, well, that draw didn't really matter. I was just going to be able to kill it, but sure, why not? Alright, kill that guy. I want to Shadow Word Pain both of those, probably. I mean, these Shadow Word Pains have minimal use. Alright, so still ahead, even though my opponent has played like 4 7 drops, multiple 6 drops, and 15 5 drops. Maybe exaggerating a little bit, but how is Temple Enforcer a 1/1? It comes down as a 6/6, and now it is reduced to a lowly 1/1. Oh my god, he's got a Lay on Hands too? He doesn't have that many cards left in deck, so it's not a huge issue, but it could become one very quickly. Northshire Cleric. Well, that's not useful. Wait, does this count as healing? No. That would be awesome if you could draw cards off killing things with Organized Soul Priest. Yeah, see, that's, I mean, he does have cards to combat my board state right now, but there's a good chance that we get to decking, so that Lay on Hands might not be that useful. That's pretty good. True Silver. Ugh. I was not looking forward to a True Silver. Now I have an issue. Alright, unless I can kill my opponent here. I cannot kill my opponent here, no matter what. I need to draw something to deal with this. Holy Nova is not good right here. Gotta make sure not to use that Holy Nova. Okay, I think I'm actually gonna lose the Soul Priest, unfortunately, to the True Silver. But that's alright. Once I do lose it, I can Holy Nova and draw a card. Well, I don't really want to draw cards. My opponent's also almost dead. Maybe I should have ignored his creature this turn and just gone for the face since he's almost dead. Sure, you got it. Kodo's not terrible here, but he's not perfectly good. Alright, so he's gonna take 1 next turn. I think I might be... Ugh, maybe I won't be able to race this. Oh, was that a mistake? Was playing that out a mistake? Not sure. Okay, This could be bad. The Raging Organ is very scary right here. I'm gonna heal this thing. Draw a card. Holy Smite. That's pretty good, actually. That's pretty much the ideal card right here. Unless, can I just kill him? He's gonna go down to 10. So, 2, 4. I think it's better to just do it this way. I'll probably win this game in a couple turns. My opponent's got one card to be able to deal with this Stormwind champion, and if he can't do it, then I just win. And, yeah, it looks like I'll be okay. But yeah, that Lay on Hands, while it did give him some more support right away, it was not very good for him. So I actually just have him dead on board. Not dead on board, but I have him dead. I can just Holy Nova and attack him, and he's going to take 2 from that. But yeah, that was a crazy game. My opponent was playing a messed up deck, and not in a good way, in a scary way. I don't know what to think about it, but got there. So that's always nice to win those long grindy games where they go back and forth. The Soul Priest, most important card that game. I mean, just turning my ability into a shadow form or whatever just really helped me get there and put me in a position where I could win, even though my opponent was playing bigger creatures than me. I still had a bunch of good draws in the middle of that game. That Temple Enforcer into Dark Iron Dwarf, although the Dark Iron Dwarf wasn't 100% necessary, but it was useful. I don't know. It was a very interesting game, and I enjoyed playing it. Alright, none of these cards are things that I want to be keeping. It's arguable that I should keep the Blood Knight in hopes that or in hedging that I won't draw a 2 or 3, but I think it's more worth it to try and draw the 2 that I desire. So Mind Control is really bad. It's basically a completely dead card until turn 10, which may or may not even happen in a game in the arena. I mean, in a game of Hearthstone, I guess. So, I don't know. This guy's pretty useless, but at least he replaces himself. It's a positive thing to do on turn 2, when otherwise I would just be wasting the crystals. So I'd rather cycle through a card. Make him use a couple of mana as well. So, yeah, overall, that ended up working out. It sucks that I am going to have to play this Blade Master out right now. My opponent Druid has Wrath in the deck, which can really punish me for playing this thing without being able to heal it up right away. But at the same time, it's better than doing nothing, forcing a card out of his hand. It's not like I need this card to stay alive to win. It just could provide me with a lot of advantage. So this card has like potential advantage, but I'm cashing in that potential just for some board presence and not fall too far behind. Not far too far behind. Is this a swipe? If so, that would be very good for me. Oh, it's a Chillin' Yeti. That's not good. That thing's gigantic. Alright. I wish I had one more mana, but at the same time, I have to cleanse the Sunwell. It's not worth risking my opponent having a swipe or something like that, and then I would fall so far behind if I didn't trade there. But that being said, we've bridged the gap from the early game, got a couple of good draws, and now it is time to start playing bigger creatures. Silverhand Knight. I think Silverhand Knight is... well, maybe not. Maybe we just want to play this Tiger. And trading doesn't really do me much good. It plays around Defender of Argus or Shattered Sun a little bit, but not to an extent that I really care. Guess it could play around like Wrath for 1. I don't know. There's nothing really that punishes me by not attacking and getting 3 damage in, as opposed to not getting 3 damage in is probably worth it. And it's not like this is a favorable trade that I want to make, and maybe next turn I can make a more favorable trade if he decides to do something else. So I don't know. If he decides to play something like that, and if I have a way to destroy it, it could work out pretty well for me. Alright, so I have 2 ways to take this out. I could Holy Nova, or I could Soul Priest. Soul Priest uses my mana more efficiently. Holy Nova puts my guy not dead to a shapeshift, but I don't really care about this guy. I have plenty of other... shoot, that just snoozed. I have plenty of other fatties that I can use to win this game, so I can probably... He doesn't even have to shapeshift, you can just do that. I have plenty of Holy Novas in deck. Yeah, let's just do it this way. It's very important to sequence your Holy Novas correctly. It's easy to say, oh, this dude does 2 damage to everything, and sometimes it gains me a life. Or gains me a couple life. But in this situation, putting my guy from a 5-1 to a 5-3 is very, very important. And it is the #1 reason why I decided to make that play. Okay. That's not particularly relevant. Unless he has like a Mark of Nature or something like that. Power of the Wild. Wild Growth. Okay. It's an interesting time in the game to actually Wild Growth. But that's not a problem. Okay, so I don't actually need to do this. I could do that. Well, alright. I think it just makes sense to get this guy on the board. And I will actually go for the face here. I tend to like to kill little chumps that are laying around, but it's not as bad as against Paladin, because Blessing of Kings is a very playable card, whereas Mark of Nature and Mark of the Wild are a lot less playable, and you see them much less often. He kills the Tiger here. I'm not 100% sure why that would be, why he would rather kill the Tiger than the Soul Priest, but I'm not complaining. Soul Priest should be his #1 concern right now. So I don't really see much of a reason to play the Azure Drake over the Silverhand Knight, so I'll play the Silverhand Knight here. Puts more power on the board. I have plenty of stuff to do with my mana for the next couple of turns, so it's not like I'm gonna need to draw a card so that I can play something next turn. Although, I mean, I guess I don't have that much to do with my mana. This I can't play next turn. These might not be playable. I don't know, we'll see. I think an argument earlier for whether or not I should Holy Nova, something that I should have noticed was that I can't really Holy Nova... Oh, thank God. I can't really Holy Nova when this thing is out. Oh my God, Shadow Word Pain. So, Holy Novaing before that was probably a good play. So, this turn is just going to be very good for me. Whenever you get to Shadow Word Pain Ascension Shieldmaster, you just win. And I don't even think I'm overstating that. I think that this game is actually over. Ugh. Can't do this turn perfectly. I needed 1 more mana, because I want to Azure Drake so that I can kill that. But I'll just kill it with this. Yeah. Yeah, let's actually pump this so it doesn't die to a swipe. Oh, I probably don't want to attack with that. Doesn't really give me that much advantage, but that plus this is just 4 damage that I can do anywhere, where I suppose he'd just be able to shapeshift and kill this. Alright, you got it. That's fine. But I can easily trade here and still lesser heal something, which would be nice. He made a huge mistake early on not killing the Soul Priest. I mean, I understand that you don't want a 5-power guy, but that, I mean, a 5-3 trades with anything. This 3-5 is not going to trade with anything, and it's just going to use my ability to gain insane advantage. It looks like he's finally going to take it out. What is happening right now? Why would he not just attack this? What is going on? Are you guys witnessing this game? Is this really happening? Holy Fire, Holy Smite, Holy Nova. Lots of damage. Yeah, I'm just going to still leave my guy stealthed, I think. How much damage does it do? Alright, so we've got 7, 9. So next turn we can do 7, 9. Yeah, it might actually just pay, because if he shapeshifts and kills my guy, then I probably just kill him next turn. This is 6, 9 damage plus attacking. I don't know. That plus mind control, I think makes me a pretty large favorite in this game. it'd be real tough for my opponent to come back. And I would have, oh yeah, I would have lost the Worgen Infiltrator anyway, so I got 2 free damage in at least. He sequenced those incorrectly. Alright, well played.
Well played.
I'm gonna deal some damage to myself, but that's alright. Does not really matter as long as I was above 5. Anyway, those were some fun games. I mean, the second one I think my opponent misplayed a ton, especially with that Oshanai Soul Priest. He really misplayed. I mean, there's no excuse for how poorly he handled that situation. Sounds like I'm talking as a PR guy and my client really did something bad, and I want to say, oh, there's no way he didn't handle the situation that well, and I'm going to stop talking right now because this voice is weird. Alright, sorry. I have no idea what's happening. My brain is weird. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.